Dear friends, Alina Phoenix here. Welcome to 2025. It looks like it's going to be an interesting year. So, I don't know what you guys did yesterday for your January 1st, but I spent about between 5 and 6 hours of my day tuning into numerologists, astrologists, and some channelers to try and figure out what to expect in this upcoming year because I've personally been feeling kind of like we're in the midst of this sea change. And when I say sea change, it's kind of like there's been this giant tsunami and it's covered us, and now it's on the verge of pulling back. And then we're left with what's there underneath. So that's kind of what I feel like is going on inside of myself in regards to the world. And so I tuned into Marilyn Harper and Cryon and master astrologist, master numerologist yesterday. And I just kind of want to do a quick summation of what I learned, which really does kind of feel like it confirms what I was feeling on the inside. And so 2025 is a 9 year in numerology, and a nine means the ending of a cycle. The year itself ends in five, and five means drastic and dramatic change. And so this is all about the ending of old energy. What we're letting go of is the low frequencies, that negative darkness that has been um, really sort of permeating Earth for a very, very long period of time. And we are shifting to a higher frequency. And so this year is encouraging us to let go of all of those things that are not serving us, both personally and collectively, in order to set ourselves up for a new beginning starting in next year. And so some of these things can actually involve health challenges. Illness, even as our body is absorbing these big new energies from the planet, and our energy is truly being bombarded. We are in a period of solar maximum. Just in the last 48 hours, we've had over 20 M class flares and a couple of X class flares, some geomagnetic storms. So we are receiving tons of very high vibrational energy from the sun. And not only that, but the Schumann resonance, which is the heartbeat of the earth, has been spiking like crazy, nearly continuously for the last 3 days. And so you may very well be feeling this in your physical body, and it may well be manifesting as an illness or discomfort or pain or happy energy, feeling energized and like you want to go get stuff done. So how it manifests in your body it's just so individual. There's no way to tell. And whatever the symptoms are that are manifesting, make sure that you treat yourself appropriately. Like if you're really sick, go get help. If you are feeling like it's, minor or whatever, and you can just weather it, that's fine. But don't just sit there and be like, oh, well, this massive major illness is an ascension symptom, and therefore I shouldn't go to the doctor. That's just not healthy. Medical professionals, alternative professionals, healers, we all exist for a reason, and we are here to support each other through these massive changes that we are all experiencing. So please get help when you need it. So we are definitely here now, and it's so important to work on building each other up so that we can be supported through the letting go of all of these old patterns, because letting go isn't easy. And we're here to really give birth to our true nature of Earth, which is unconditional love. And this is a higher frequency than has ever been on this planet before. So, for those that are resisting the change and inclined to stay in the old negative system belief of hate and blame and conflict, they're going to have a harder time. So, we can live in these new energies. We are being supported by teams of angels and also, our star family. So, the numerologist did mention that, this year is also a year where much truth is going to be coming to light, including things regarding our lineage from the stars. So that will be very interesting. And she says that all of us are going to have to take a leap of faith in 2025. And so it's time to stop focusing on the dirt in life and to focus more on the seeds we're planting. So I thought that that was a lovely analogy. So, this is definitely a big year numerologically for change. Astrologically, this is a huge year as well. The astrologers are all in a tizzy. I listened to two master astrologers yesterday. I've also seen other astrologers talking about this as well. But 2025 is a year of new beginnings and growth that is impacting all of the people of the earth. Every single major planet in our solar system is moving into a new sign, a new house. And these master astrologers have pointed out that this energy has never before happened in her experience that she could find looking back as far as she looked. And I don't I don't understand astrology as much. I know this much. So I tend to defer to those people that really make a study of it to kind of inform me on what's going on. And so one of the things that was pointed out is that Pluto, which is the planet of death, rebirth, change, resurrection, and destruction, just changed signs as of November 1st of 2024, moving into Aquarius, dawning of the age of Aquarius. And it's going to be there for 20 years until March 8th of 2043. And so the last time that it was in this position was during a period of time between 1778 and 1798. And during that period of time, we had the American Revolutionary War. We had the French Revolution. It was the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Lots of inventions came online. And so we can expect a similar pattern to emerge in this time. Big technology shifts, becoming more non-traditional about things, and we're in this big energy. So she mentioned that we might see more things like robots and AI, and that traditional beliefs and structures are going to be crumbling. What we've always done is no longer going to work. And Aquarius is an air sign. And so she mentions that we might have more things going on in terms of thoughts, in terms of air. So artificial intelligence, unidentified aerial phenomena, unidentified flying objects, drones, space travels. So all of these things are going to become more seen, more talked about within 2025, according to this energy. So the in January 11th, the nodes of the moon changes every 18 months, and that's going to be changing. We were previously in Aries Libra, which affects the energy of relationships, conflict, and compromise, balancing our needs with our partner's needs, learning how to deal with conflict. These nodes are changing to Pisces Virgo, which is a very different energy. Pisces is very spiritual, idealistic, imaginative sign connected to a higher power. So this is going to be enhancing our need to trust and have faith in the universe, having to balance that practical Virgo side, which is all about practicality and worry and sometimes even obsessiveness, with that faith. And so we're going to be pushed to let go of that stress, that worry, that obsession, and to trust what is going to happen and that it is for our highest good. We are also being encouraged to focus more on our physical health. We're going to see changes in medical technologies, out of the box thinking, changes in the way of how we eat, how we exercise, how we change for our bodies. And this is especially important for those that identify as light workers, balancing our practical stuff with our spiritual stuff. So that's all about the nodes of the moon. So planet Mars went into retrograde as of December 6th and will be there till February 23rd. And that's the planet of war, aggression, passion, drive, violence, accidents, resiliency, boldness, fearlessness, assertiveness. And so the energy of Mars is blocked and turning backwards during that retrograde. So make sure that we are being more patient, that we think before acting, because it's more likely that we will react emotionally and with anger and irritability during this time. So it's important to slow down and pay more attention to what we're feeling. Have a pause before we speak or taking action to allow ourselves to process our emotions. This is a time to reassess, recharge, reflect. And there might be some significant frustration that things in life are not moving as fast as we want them to be. But this is not about being stuck. This is about being in a necessary pause and giving ourselves time to recalibrate. That shift will end at the end of February. Venus is also going into retrograde from March 1st to April 12th. And so that's the planet of love, harmony, and relationships. Being in retrograde kind of makes old relationship patterns and perhaps even old lovers resurface. This is a time that we are being encouraged to reflect on those relationships and to forgive ourselves and others. This can also be that an old soulmate comes back into our lives. It's important during this time of retrograde to avoid making big decisions, especially in terms of getting married or breaking up. Wait until the retrograde is over. Give ourselves time to process and settle. And know that it's a good time to reassess what you really want in love and relationships. We've got 3 Mercury retrogrades coming up this year. We get 3 every year, so March 14th through April 7th, July 17th through August 11th, and September 9th through November 29th. So that's the especially going to affect Virgos like me. Hi, super looking forward to this. And that's the planet of communication, talking, writing, sharing knowledge, computers, technology. During the retrogrades, people are more likely to take things wrong or misinterpret what is said. They take things in a way that it's not intended. So we need to pay special attention to communications, especially within our work. So old issues also have a time resurfacing during retrograde. So like clockwork, things that we thought that we got over, things that we were done with, they come back. And this is kind of an opportunity to learn these things more deeply, to recommit, recharge, reassess, redo things that weren't fully done. So during those Mercury retrograde periods, make sure that you get old projects done, especially stuff that's been procrastinated. It's a good time to take care of that stuff, but it's not a good time to pick up things new or to sign new contracts. When you've got something new going on, it's best to wait until Mercury goes direct to avoid having people change their minds. We do have 4 eclipses coming up this year, and eclipse energy is very potent. Many people go through energetic purging or rebirth changes during eclipses because the moon rules our emotions. So this can feel like fate and destiny, endings and beginnings, very dramatic changes during eclipse seasons. So it's a good idea to keep a notebook and journal what happens during those eclipses. So we've got a total lunar eclipse on March 14th in Virgo, a partial solar eclipse on March 29th in Aries, a total lunar eclipse on September 7th, and on September 21st, a partial solar eclipse. So then we've got the big outer planets. And when those outer planets go into a new sign, it's a big deal, especially because they have a tendency to stay there for a very long time. So we've got Neptune, which is the planet of spirituality, medicine, idealism, trust, faith, mysticism, altered consciousness, dreaming, and sleep, going to be entering Aries on March 30th, which marks a shift in how we are about to become more spiritually independent and how we take action on our spiritual beliefs. This will shake up belief systems. And this is ending that policy of escapism when we're doing that spiritual bypassing or waiting for someone to come rescue us. We'll have to pay attention to the world, learn to speak up and take action. So expect a shift in various different approaches to spirituality, activism, and how we relate to the world. Many people, even those you wouldn't expect, are going to stand up and fight for what they believe in, even if they've never stood up before in their whole life. So if that's you, if you're someone who has trouble finding your voice, don't be afraid to stand up and speak, to be bold and take brave action, and to use your voice on behalf of truth. And this is so important, especially for spiritual beliefs. Saturn is going to enter Aries on May 24th and stay until September 1st. And that's the planet of karma, responsibility, our burdens, where we're cautious, where we're rigid, where we're uncomfortable, doubt, realism. Show me that evidence in the real world. And this is going to force us to take responsibility and be leaders inside of our own lives. We're going to have to let go of anything that's holding us back, and that includes misplaced trust and authority. This is going to also make us more susceptible to doubt and fear about what will happen when things are not working out. And this is going to encourage us to become more disciplined and organized, to develop our resilience, to be strong inside of ourselves, to tap into that part that's a survivor, and to have the confidence to make the changes in our lives that we never thought we would do. Jupiter, which is the planet of good luck, good fortune, generosity, happiness, abundance, and good things in life, moves into Cancer on June 9th, which shifts the focus to home and family. So it's like a medicine and a healing. And so we're going to want to heal all areas related to our mother, the nurturer, our home, our children, our partner, our ancestors, all of those deep family connections, to try and heal those wounds and to create more emotional security and support. We are going to have a greater desire to support our home and family more. And this is going to force us to take better care of ourselves, our partners, our children's, our parents, but especially ourselves. And this is actually a very positive shift because so many of us have been so outwardly focused on everyone else, and we don't put ourselves on our own priority list. Uranus is going to be entering Gemini on July 7th and will stay there until 2032. It's the planet of unexpected changes, liking to blindside people. It surprises you. It pulls the rug out from under you. It gives you significant changes, and induces this energy of, well, now what? We don't know what to do. So various different big things in society have happened every time Uranus goes, and changes. And so, like the Revolutionary War, World War II, Civil War, these are all things that happened when Uranus was in Gemini. This really reflects what's going on in the world around us. We're already starting to see these changes go on, before this is fully happening. We're kind of in the foreshadowing period. So we're going to be more innovative in the way that we fight. There's going to be new technologies affecting war and conflict, changes in intelligence and science, a lot of air energy, a lot of things happening in the sky, signs in the sky, signs in the moon, sun, and stars. How will we know all of these changes are happening? Because it's written in the sky. So if we are used to the old ways and we don't like change, we're going to have a very hard time with all of this because everything is being shaken up right now. We need to learn how to roll with it, to be mindful of balancing our technology with our emotions, our needs with our needs for action with our needs for rest. Avoid allowing technology to take away from your human connections. We are here to help people, not just immerse ourselves in our technology. This is all about purging the old energy. Forgive, let go, trust the universe that everything that's happening is happening for a reason. So all of the things that were hidden will now be seen. So, I also had a, blessed ability to listen to Cryon, channeling about what is going to be happening in the year of 2025. And Cryon has labeled 2025 as the year of emergence. What will emerge is just about everything. So there's an amazing potential of energy in front of all of us. How many of us have been told that 2025 are going to be awful because the wrong candidate won? Or how many are programmed into disappointment and doom because of what the TV is saying, or the religion, or news, or what the people around us are saying? How many of us are stuck in that fear? And what if the emergence is all about compassion and wisdom and even abundance? And so, if you're not ready and giving intent for it, this energy will pass you by. But those who expect a worst year will receive a worst year. However, those who are open, who are able to roll with it, will experience much more joy and good things than they expected. This is a different year than has ever happened on this planet. And it is going to be a big mix up of all of the energies that we're used to. A lot of things that need to be changed will change. We're going to see changes in structures that we have had our whole lives, and it's going to be very different. And when things get mixed up this way, anything is possible. And those who expect and project good things in their lives, an emergence of the best is possible. There is also an emergence of the indigo children who are now becoming an adult. And these children are going to start taking positions of power. And this younger leadership is not going to fall into the same dysfunction that we have seen in our leadership for so long. So watch for new inventions, watch for younger people becoming involved in politics and positions of leadership. There is looming, lurking good things that is just waiting for the planet to settle. And so don't watch the news. If you watch the news, it's going to pull you and keep you into fear because they want to keep you tuning in. Tune into the greater source, tune into that wisdom, your intuition on the inside to lead you and help you throughout this period of time because there's no roadmap here, but we do have a roadmap from our higher selves inside of us if we learn how to listen to that. So that the final channeler that I listened to is Marilyn Harper, channeling Adironda, and she confirmed so much of what Cryon was talking about. And so she encouraged us to focus on consciously creating the world around us, to focus on connection, connecting ourselves with the world, connecting ourselves with each other. And so this is a new energy of awakening. And just like a young child that is just learning to walk and they see how it's done and they try it and they don't know how they're going to do it, but then they find that their legs hold them and now they're just walking through the world. This is a similar process to what we're going through. We're babies in this energy. This is a brand new energy on the planet. And so we are uncertain and unsure of how we're going to make it and how we're going to move forward. However, there is far more support on an energetic level than we have ever had. We have angels and guides supporting us. For those that are opening, channeling is becoming much more common. I know my own abilities have just been blasting wide open in very unexpected and beautiful ways. And I'm not the only one. And so one of the things that Adironda left us with is a exercise. What do you want for 2025? Take a few moments and write that down. What do you want? What are the things that you would like to see the end of in your life? What are the things that you would like to see new and come in? And write that down for 2025 and also for 10 years from now and also for 20 years from now. And it is time to start designing our lives and our future. And it is time to project benevolence in front of us because this energy that we are in is a powerful creative source. And it is up to us to harness this energy and to use it to create beautiful, benevolent things in our lives for ourselves and the field of all life. And we can do this. We are doing this. I look around in all of the sources that I follow and I see so much hope, so much beauty, so much benevolence, so many good things happening. However, the people closest to me, some of them, where they're focusing, all they see is dread and bad news, and they're worried and they're preparing for world war and all of this stuff. And it's just like, we're living in the same planet, but we're having vastly different experiences. That was my whole experience through 2024. I had a pretty wonderful year on the whole. Yeah, I had challenges. Sure, there were definitely down points and things that I would rather not have experienced, but on the whole, I had a beautiful year. And yet, so many people struggled so much and were so focused on all of the bad things going on in the world that it really just 2024 for them was just an absolute bummer. And I think that that's so much where our power is where we focus. Are we going to focus on what we want to create, on the good things, on the positive news, on creating happiness and joy inside of our own lives? Or are we going to let the news rule us? Are we going to focus on all of the negativity and the bad stuff and trying to hold on and keep things from changing? Like, and that determination, that place that you focus your energy is going to determine your experience through 2025 and truly through life. And so Mike Dooley was another one of the people that I listened to yesterday, and he had a wonderful, wonderful quote that I'm going to end on. Follow your heart and follow your happiness, for divine synchronicity will lead you to greater and more beautiful things than you imagined. We are so loved and so supported during this time. And so I encourage you to take those reins and to shift your focus onto what you want to create and to invite all of these beautiful changes into your life because it can truly be greater than what we imagine. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm not sure exactly how long I talked, but definitely wasn't like 5.5 hours. So that gives you a real summation of all of the beautiful sources that I listened to yesterday, the ones that I trust, that have not let me down these last several years since 2020. And I hope that this message finds you well and gives you some hope for the future because there is so much hope and so much beauty and so much benevolence out there. So, for every single person who is listening to this, I wish you a beautiful 2025 filled with happiness and abundance and courage and hope and health and happiness and all of the good things. And if you are struggling and you would like some additional support, I'm here. I do energy healing work, and I can help you release some of these burdens that are holding you back without you having to sit there and tell me anything about them. And I've got a bunch of video sessions now, and I will be adding more to my site here so that you can see examples of the way that I work. So I invite you to go to my website, phoenixhealingcreations.com, to make an appointment with me. I do guarantee that what I find will be relevant, or you get your money back. That is my promise to you. I don't want your money if I'm not helping. And so here is to the most beautiful 2025 that we can collectively imagine. Thank you for your time. And you know how to do the like and subscribe thing. Thank you.